and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching GEEKCASTER, everything sci-fi, fantasy, and pop culture commentary. I'm Seven, we have Drew, and we have Corey. And today, we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. But we're going to switch it. We're going to talk about things we want to watch. Drew, you were talking about you're going to see Demon Slayer this week?
Yeah, the plan was to see Demon Slayer, the movie, the second one.
Okay.
Infinity Castle. It's the, third or fourth arc in the series?
Oh, it's sixth, seventh arc?
It's like, so ways in, it's like not quite the penultimate one, but it's nearing the series finale, and how, I guess, the production team, how they released this one, instead of doing the season-long thing, we're now in the era where we'll make the movie, and we'll make it canon. We'll make it, the events of this arc will just take place in this 2.5-hour movie. And it is doing gangbusters. I mean, it made its money back and then some. This is the second time that they've done this. And it's interesting that they've set this precedent to where you can now have basically a foreign product, right? Japanese anime, completely different thing. It's overseas. Come over to the States and basically make these blockbuster numbers.
Right.
For what is effectively a fifth season, fourth, fifth, sixth season of a show. And no one flinches.
Right.
It's kind of neat. It's an interesting time to live in to be an anime fan.
Right. And they're doing more.
They're
scheduled to do more. Go ahead, Drew. Sorry about it, Corey.
So I think that's what Drew is saying. This is, I guess, the anime, the first, do this. They release a movie, but then that movie is broken up into episodes of a season. So this is the third movie that's probably going to be broken up into a season, but this movie is one of three. It's a trilogy to end the series. So we may get 3 extra seasons out of these 3 movies. I think that's what Drew was talking about.
I know that they released the films initially, and then they'll release them on streaming sites like Crunchyroll, and there'll be the full-length theatrical version, and then they'll have the broken up version that Corey mentioned, where they just kind of chop up the runtime, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then that comprises that season.
I don't know how they're going to do it with this one.
They can. They did it with Mugen Train. The previous one, they managed to make Mugen Train an awesome film that they then comported back into the show, and they broke it up into little episodes as well. It's just, this used to not be the thing. If you're like an anime fan, this is new grounds for us, because it used to be you get a movie, but it has nothing to do with the main plot. It's filler, as we call it. And I hate filler. I think filler is the damn devil. It's useless. It often adds nothing to the world or scope of the show, and it's just there to basically get butts and seats and see how much we can get for this anime property in a film theater.
It's funny Drew mentioned filler and devil, because there's also another anime movie that's out in theaters called Chainsaw Man.
Segway.
And that feels like,
I see what you did there.
That feels like a filler. That has nothing to do with season 1 or 2. It's like an in-between arc.
It's its own thing. But they do acknowledge that it takes place. It's the same canon. It's not going to be one of those cases what they do with filler, where the character shows up, they either die or leave, and then we never talk about them ever again. It's that the events actually matter in the film and carry over into the series.
I don't know. So there's, you watch anime. So if you watch season 1 and season 2, and season 2, they talk about events that didn't happen in season 1. If you didn't watch the movie, then you're kind of off a little bit. This feels like that same direction. Like if you watch season 2 and didn't see this movie, you're probably going to miss this arc.
Okay. All right. That sounds about right. So I just say make it all stick. Even if it's not like a main canon thing, reference, make it matter in the world of the show if you're going to add it in there. Yeah. But yeah, the plan was to go see one, if not both of those, but I got sick, and that was fun. I'm okay now, but I'm not going to go to the movie theater. I'll hack it and call it and stuff like that. So
that's you and half of America right now.
I'm not one of those Americans. I'll stay my ass at home. It's all good.
So it seems in this era now where streaming, there seems to be this breakdown where streaming is kind of hemorrhaging right now. Um, Netflix also plans on releasing future properties in the theaters first, working with anime companies from overseas before they actually stream and actually give it a while. Not like, oh, we're going to release something Tuesday and by Friday we're going to stream it. They're actually going to give it a good run. So, an anime is the only one to really be able to break that wall. Why is that?
I think because of the grandioseness of it, if that's a word. I feel as though when you watch things in the theater, it's a completely different experience than watching it at home. And when you watch anime, there's a lot going on. So it actually does fill the big screen in a movie theater rather than the screen that you have at home. My opinion.
I'll say it's not the only way to get this done because there are other shows like I don't even watch it, but it's the Western Yellowstone. They do things where they'll release single episodes, season premieres, season finales in theaters, and apparently those are pretty popular. Those are getting it's like kicked up. I want to say around COVID era or after COVID era, to where you have kind of like television shows that will have certain special episodes that premiere exclusively in theaters, maybe before they air or after or whatever. And it works. I would say for anime, their sweet spot is visually. You can get a lot of people to just kind of be into it just because the visual feast that goes on with a lot of these productions. Okay. Chainsaw Man and Demon Slayer are probably greater examples of that because they're just between the fluid, beautiful landscapes and really detailed fluid action sequences that you get in Demon Slayer and the over-the-top horror movie violence that you get with Chainsaw Man. In the theater, it's a fun experience. It can be a fun experience. And if you have a bunch of fans in the theater with it,
right,
they're reacting to it. The thing with, there's a joke where in not Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, one of the female characters is like the beloved one. And when you have people in theaters, whenever she shows up on screen, is this Makima? Something? Yeah, Makima. Whenever Makima is on screen, you got dudes that'll bark. Do that bark. It makes sense for the show. It's not just crass. It makes sense for the show. But every time she's on screen, you get dudes who will bark. So you get that kind of lively theater crowd when you go to see those productions. And then it can be fun. It's fun.
Wow, that brings back theater. That brings back that whole, why we even call it a theater. But yeah, like, wow.
You're at the movies again. You had good when you had good crowds at movies is what I called them. It's
right.
Yeah.
I think what I guess Seven was alluding to is anime brings in a wider audience. Like Drew used the example of Yellowstone. If you don't watch Yellowstone and you go watch a movie of Yellowstone in the theater, you're gonna be lost. You don't really get it. Whereas anime, you can literally pick up at any point. You can see a standalone movie or something in theater and just be engrossed in that episode in the theater, and then you become a fan. So I feel as though anime does have that attractiveness. It draws in new fans all the time.
It's friendlier to new audiences, I will give you that. Because here's the thing, even if you're completely lost and know none of the characters and none of the things, odds are when you're watching an anime, the show's going to stop if they reference that thing and give you a flashback, a little PNG image of that character, of what they were doing. There's always a little pause to where they go in and give you a little preface or like little asterisks regarding that character or detail of the world or show. So,
but then you also have people in the theater like filling in those other people who are like, what happened?
Yeah,
quick synopsis, and you're caught up in like 2 seconds.
When I was at the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, you had this one guy that was sitting with these two other people. They'd never seen any of it. And he's there. He's the head Jujutsu Kaisen sorcerer. He's their teacher. I'm like, dude, I get it. They're newbies, but shut up. Oh, so yeah, you do get the talking heads in the theater too.
And then you get them when they're like saying something incorrect. You're like, wrong, you missed this point.
Wrong. Yeah.
It's very interactive. It's so interactive.
The heel character, the one that the show wants you to hate. Oh, they all get booed right when they show on the screen. It's fun. I haven't seen stuff like that since like the Matrix or the Star Wars movies. So it's a good time.
Yeah. And it's interesting too because there's so many studios that are being built right now. In fact, there's a new studio being built. I mean, I know you guys heard about the one in Netflix, right? They took over an army base and
Army
they're built
base?
there.
Oh, maybe, maybe not.
Well,
I'm not
there's a
sure.
new one. There's another one on the coast of New Jersey that they're building another studio. So my thing is, they're building all these studios, right? At an alarming rate. It's definitely the moving
Louisiana,
of
too.
real estate and money. We know that part of the game. But creatively, is this really going to create more jobs? Is this really going to create more reasons to go to the movies? Then there's a question: is television dead? Is cable dead? Did streaming reach its peak, or no? We're just starting with the need of more content for streaming. It's a very interesting time to see where it's going to go. And then the other elephant in the room is AI. Well, you're building all these studios. Allegedly, you're going to have humans acting and doing things, but then you got all these companies trying to create these AI empires. It's a lot.
Was
There's
there a
lot
question
going
in
on.
there?
There's a lot going on. Yeah.
It's just raising the topic more than the question. But
Yeah.
I mean, to the first part, because that had levels to it. We stopped
Yeah.
at several different places. Studios being built out in different parts of the country, it could create new jobs. I would, think so. They have to be manned some type of way. But what was Tyler Perry's new studio in Louisiana?
Georgia.
Georgia?
Yeah.
Cat Williams is Louisiana.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. See, they're popping up like in different places, and depending on who the person running it is and what their style of film or television is, it could be a cool little hub for that group. It could be a cool spot for up and comers to get their dig their heels in and maybe get some like production stuff going. Or it could alienate some folks. I don't think it's a bad thing overall, especially considering that there's kind of a quasi exodus in Hollywood with just time, tide, politics, people's social stances, and just the fact that I guess modern controversies when you got this whole secret ring of weirdos that just kind of run the industry and then will use potential people as toys for things. People is like I'm not against it. I'm just kind of curious to see what we'll get from it.
Right.
I want to use the example of anime. There's a studio called Mappa, and Mappa is a very, very brand new production studio. I want to say 4 or 5 years.
They're not a decade old, at least. I know that much.
Yeah, it's no more than 4 or 5 years, and they've put out a lot of material. I want to say at least 2 seasons of animes, a lot of shows that have not been duds, and the ingenuity of that production studio is just top tier right now. For that to be replicated in America with movies, I think you do need to bring in fresh faces, fresh ideas, and have what is it? I want to say it in Drew's language, like something that's very interesting for us viewers and people who also like us who watch movies. I think the biggest problem that we have is we aren't able to take a step back and enjoy it for what it is. And we need more ideas that actually push us to separate yourself. Just look at it.
Yeah.
See what we're trying to do here. But it's very hard. We haven't had any good examples of that, I guess, outside of Christopher Nolan's Tenet or something like that. We need more fresh examples. Someone to push the boundary of what a movie could be or should be.
I can see where you're going with it. Yeah, because you want to, even if you create films, if you write films, if you critique films, you just watch a bunch of films. You want to be lost
repetition
in the story, where even if you're technical, that you're so caught up, you forget and you just go for the ride, right?
Yeah.
I can see that.
I partially agree to that. I think that we do need kind of fresher concepts. Well, everything can't be a reboot. Whereas, we're jawing on and homing and humming how everything is a reimagining, a reboot, a remake.
Vintage.
We want some new stuff. Vintage, please. That's too cute of a word. So it's the idea that you want new concepts. You want people to take wide swings and experiment and see where you can take the medium in the field. As like what am I at this point? Am I a film critic? I don't know. As a film critic, as a connoisseur of film and television, as a commentary type guy, I like seeing new things. I like seeing where people take conventional ideas and put their own unique spin on them and take plots that maybe we haven't quite thought of or looked at from a certain vantage. The idea of looking back at older materials and comparing them to like stuff that's made nowadays, where everything is trying to be so hard to have a point and be poignant and be of now. It's like when you take older stuff and watch it, you find those interesting themes that you can then maybe transplant onto those newer topics or newer properties that we're making. So it's there's room to grow. It's a really kind of curious field to be like involved in and to look at and see how like it changes and stuff. The AI thing, to your other point, Seven, it's a mixed bag. I'm not one of these people that's completely anti-AI. I think it's a useful tool to try and help refine what your ideas are. If you have a script and you put it into an AI machine like ChatGPT or something like that, and you ask it to give it an idea, a plot point, a line of dialogue, it'll give you an approximation, but it's not going to give you a masterpiece work that's just ready to be put on the screen. People that try that, we've seen people try to use AI writing just as it is and AI art. You can tell the difference. Audiences can tell the difference, and that will be the make or break, I think, for whether you get called a genius, an auteur, or a hack. So it's a wide field, wide, strange, and fun field.
I also agree with Seven. It's a slippery slope because we are a lazy society. So if you give us tools to make, I guess, cut corners, we're going to use that to the best advantage. So if we can make a whole movie using AI as less people as possible and save a bigger profit, it could be damaging. I understand that.
It could, totally could. But that's why use it smartly. The idea is if you're going to calculate something and you're not the best with math, you can use the calculator to cut corners and save time. But it's the idea that if it's a crutch, you're gonna falter. So.
Are you guys gonna see Sanford and Son? If they actually make it,
I am. I'm interested.
Eventually, I'm not in a rush because again, as we were just saying, we're tired of seeing all the reboots, and let's just take this and make a watered down 2020 whatever version of what was a fun property back in the day. If you watch old Sanford and Son when comedy was still alive, and then try to make a 2026 and on comedy of the same thing, it's not going to work. Audiences are going to complain. Old people are going to complain. It's a recipe for a bad time.
And in the times, everything has changed. Some words you can't use, some situations won't have the same impact. A newer property, there's a rumor, they're going to do another Harlem Nights, starring Michael B. Jordan.
Okay, now
playing the son of Eddie Murphy's character.
All right, that answered it for me. I was going to say, is this going to be like a reimagining serious version of Harlem Nights? Because everyone likes seeing Michael B. Jordan rocking Tommy guns and dressed up in the old-timey garb. Right. But if it's a direct sequel, it's going to be not even... What year did Harlem Nights take place in?
In the 20s. It was like the roaring 20s. So how would you even make that?
You can't. That's my point. Thank you, Corey. Thank you. Exactly my point. I'm like, Harlem Nights was the 1920s. If we're talking his son, who's an adult, we're talking 30s, 40s now, which could still be interesting, but it ain't Harlem Nights.
Right.
It's not Harlem Nights. So whatever.
It's Harlem, New York.
Harlem, New York, 1940, whatever.
Yeah.
Harlem Nights, 1950s.
Yeah, I don't know, there's some things. Oh man, I mean, I'm such a fan of Eddie Murphy and all the things. I still got to watch that documentary, the one about Eddie Murphy. I'm curious what they say about him. He did have a very large impact in the entertainment business, being so young, so successful, and black, doing it at the time that he did. But his choices now are just like...
wild. He did the thing that usually when you come in and you do so much, like as much as he did in his career back in like the early days.
Right.
Like 80s, 90s, Eddie Murphy was like peak.
Right.
Past a point, he didn't have to try anymore. He wanted to do all these, and I guess maybe his sensibility for films changed because he started doing the thing where he wanted to play multiple characters and everything. Maybe he was testing his own acting range or something. And of that, even though most of that I think was crap, Pluto Nash, prime example, you do have kind of interesting takes to where he does serious roles occasionally now. What's the last one that he did? I can't remember the name of. It actually was a really good movie, but I can't remember the name of it.
Not Dolomite. Not the one.
Well, was it? It was him and Wesley Snipes.
Was Wesley in that one?
Well, it was him and Wesley Snipes in this film that I'm thinking of. I saw it a ways ago. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
But I saw that and I was like, wow, this is okay. This is kind of cool. This is Eddie Murphy in his kind of not old or elderly or twilight years. He's still, but he's like an older, more refined Eddie Murphy doing different types of roles.
Are you talking about You People?
Was it You People? No. I'll have to look it up. Give me 2 seconds and I'll.
I see Dolomite is My Name.
I think it was Dolomite.
I saw. Yeah, Wesley was in that. He was in that.
That was 2019.
2019, yes. It was a ways ago, and I remember watching it and enjoying it. And
it's a great story.
The story's great. That's what got me into it. But It's the idea that, wow, this is not Eddie Murphy just making jokes. He's actually kind of like, he's a character acting in a film. And it's like kind of just not what I'm used to. But it was good. It was a better example of it than him just wearing a bunch of different outfits.
Right. Yeah, I'm really disappointed with the Beverly Hills Cop thing that didn't really need to happen. And the Coming to America thing.
We don't talk about that.
That didn't need to happen.
Didn't need to happen. Didn't need to exist. What was that crap? But he has a daughter. She's a dick. What else is on?
I mean, the only thing is, if he does Harlem Nights, and if he does, well, San Francisco's not really part of his whole back thing, even though that is an old property. But, the only other one you have to ruin is now Boomerang. Please don't touch Boomerang. Please don't touch it.
The ending of Boomerang pissed me off enough as is. I don't think we need to revisit that ever again. I think we're good. Next.
Yeah.
Coming to America, they pissed me off with that too, because I love that movie.
Oh,
the first one, and then we did.
On a second?
Okay, my fault.
Oh no,
you did say we were.
No, we're still good. Because you're good.
All right.
Yep. We're alive.
It just came too late. The movie came too late. That's all we have to say. The movie came too late.
Yeah.
It came way too late and needed a much better script. I think the script was trash. I think what they did to the characters was kind of hot garbage, but they just should have left that alone. Right. Leave it golden.
I think the script was decent. Had it been earlier, it would have been tweaked more to that time. After that, it just didn't work anymore. It's kind of like J.J. Abrams when he first came out and took a swing at making his own monster and his own, film, monster film. For that time, it was great. But if you try it now, you're past that point. Your films have a time limit.
Interesting.
So,
well, yeah. Wait, J.J. Abrams, when you say monster film, are we talking about
Cloverfield?
Cloverfield was dope.
And then what was it, 9mm?
8mm, which I thought was just him trying to do his take on E.T.
Yeah, it was
him doing his version of E.T., which is nothing burger of a movie. Looks cool, but it's a nothing burger. And Cloverfield is dope. So it's just, you get a mixed bag.
Yeah. So.
Actually, that's an interesting topic, and we could actually do a whole another show on that at a different time. But music and films that just don't, they just don't land well years later. And I was thinking about that. I was listening to some songs from producers at the time that a lot of people respected, and you listen to like, this song is not that good. Like, you could play an old song and be like, boom, and it's like, oh wow, like it just holds time. And other songs are like, this was a hit, but why?
This did not age well. Yeah,
no.
This didn't age well at all. Yeah.
No. So, but yeah, that's a good one. Drew, you're making a face. You thinking of something?
I just did like a whole recap of what songs that just you listen to now. I'm like, oh my god, how did that get popular?
There were a lot of R&B hip hop songs that you listen to the lyrics would not fly today. Like,
what's that one? Blurred Line. Oh, they were pissed about that one when it came out. But yeah, joints like that were where y'all loved these when they were new, but now if we play that in 2025, folks dander's going to be up. What did you just say?
I think we were listening more to like the rhyme scheme and how the song was structured more than the actual lyrics itself with the beat.
It's what we always excuse for ourselves. It's the beat. They're not calling me a hoe. It's the beat. They're not insulting me. It's the beat. Okay. It's something to dance to. I'm like, oh, all right. Okay. Just don't stop and analyze the lyrics too hard.
Oh, wow.
Now we ask why on everything.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. All right. So what, there's a couple. So because of the whole streaming thing, I started to try to go back a little bit and check out films that were just under the radar. And we can talk about this in future shows, but here's a list for anyone out there. 8 Found Dead. That was pretty interesting. There was one called Morgan. I think that was a fail. It was another doll type killing thing, but with a twist.
So I'm confused. Is that the little girl movie? Is that Morgan from Walking Dead, or is that something completely different? Because Morgan has been used multiple times. All right.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna find it.
But 8 Found Dead was interesting how it was edited and shot. So I'll give a little props for that one. And then Wish Upon, which I thought was really good, except for this one part that doesn't really make any sense to me. And I really would love you guys to see it because maybe you could explain to me what happened.
Now, when you say Wish Upon with this last one, just to clarify,
Yeah.
Is that
this
hard?
isn't the movie, not the movie where the girl's making the wishes, right?
Yeah.
The little blue-eyed, kind of
Yeah.
spacey-looking chick. Okay, wow, 7.
See, this is what I don't like about 7. Like his movie recommendations.
No.
Wild.
No. These are not recommendations. These are not recommendations. I'm just saying I'm trying to expand and why didn't this film work? Why shouldn't it work? And try to break it down. But none of these are like, oh, you have to watch these. No. If I had to choose one between all of them, I would say 8 Found Dead was a very interesting watch. I think that's worth a watch. The other ones I'm just critiquing.
Are
Okay,
all of
so
these
of
on
the
Netflix?
Go ahead, Drew.
Well, Corey asked you if those were all on Netflix.
I believe so. It's either Netflix or Prime, but I think it's all Netflix.
All right. Of the 3 that you mentioned, I have seen one of them, Wish Upon. If we're thinking about the same movie, 7, oh my lord, we can talk about it. But I want Corey to watch it because I need his commentary. I need him to weigh me back and make me nice because I will rip this movie to shreds. Acting terrible. Just to be fair, no wait. To clarify, the scene where the one dude asked, "Do you dig on multiverses?" That Wish Upon.
Yeah.
When they're talking in the
that
car.
made me mad.
Yeah.
That made me mad.
Okay. You wanted to punch the screen too when you saw that.
Yeah, that made me mad. And also, like, the way, I don't want to give things away, but there's someone that he cared about that died and was like, should you be a little bit more, like, yeah.
So is this the one that has a teenage girl who's given a magic music box that grants 7 wishes?
Correct.
Came out 2017? All right, I'll check it out. I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
That's the one. I don't respect this movie enough not to. It's a case of when you take creepypasta writing,
right,
and then like maybe throw some money at Blumhouse and say, "Hey guys, this will probably be big with like the teen to early 20s demographic.
Right.
Let's not put really any effort into it. Let's just put a couple ducats into it and see who bites."
Well,
and this is one of
Morgan made me the most upset.
Okay.
That made me the most upset. Like where I was like, I'm talking about it. I wouldn't even say watch that. But for the sake of filmmaking.
Morgan, it's the little girl.
Right. No. I'll say it. Well, we'll almost run out of time, so
okay.
I'll say it off the air. We'll talk about it. But thank you everyone watching GEEKCASTER. And you can always go to geekcaster.com. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Corey. I'm 7, and we're out of here.